Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, we are about to get into you guys' favorite segment, and that is my reactions to these court shows. And today we are going to be doing Judge Mathis, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it, all right? Be sure to like the video as you come on in, all right? And if you cannot see the video, it's because you're watching it on YouTube. You're not watching it on Patreon. So if you'd like to get full access to the video and my reactions, all of that great stuff, go on over to Patreon at patreon.com/JamiThatsMe. Okay, we'd love to have you guys. Okay, shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you all. Let's go ahead and get into this court case.
Plaintiff Jessica Weaver says when she met the defendant, she thought she was a down-to-earth woman, but she turned out to be a classless liar.
Not a classless
Jessica claims
liar.
The defendant once left her children with Jessica for 2 weeks, while she went to a hotel with a married man. And Jessica's suing her today for a loan and court costs. Defendant Lorraine Hammond says she got a bad vibe from Jessica from the start, and over time, she suspected that Jessica was obsessed with her. Lorraine claims she felt like Jessica was in love with her because whenever they went out, Jessica would constantly stare at her.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, well, I met Lorraine back in 2013 through my cousin Tamika, and I thought she was a down-to-earth woman. We had a lot of things in common. We were from the same hometown, Richmond, Virginia, and we were both single mothers of younger kids. But come to find out, I find that she's ratchet, classless, has no morals, and is a liar.
When did you find that out?
With the money situation about this case, and when she left her kids at my home for 2 weeks.
When was that?
This was back in the end of March. She moved back to Georgia.
March of what, 17?
Yes, of this year.
4 years after meeting her?
Yes.
Was this before or after she owed you the money?
Right.
This was before.
When
And you
did
continue
see her,
to
what did
hang
she
with her?
say?
No, what happened, she brought...
It'd be funny when the people come into the courtroom and they just be trying to give the worst stories about another person, and it kind of really make you look just as bad sometimes, because it's like she was that bad of a person. She left her kids with you for 2 weeks or whatever, and this was way before you ended up loaning her the money at a later time, child, I guess.
Her kids and asked could they stay with me, and she went to go stay in a hotel with a married man, and
She told you that?
Not to your honor.
Yes.
She said,
Yeah,
okay.
she's told me that she found out that the man was married.
Found out.
Yes, he told her.
So she didn't know he was married.
Showing me his wife's Facebook page.
This was after or before she went to stay with him at the hotel?
This was during the time she was staying at the hotel.
She found out after she began staying with him?
No, she found out that the man was married before she moved to Georgia with him.
And so that's what you mean by ratchet?
Yes, and I don't...
Hold on. What else?
Oh, so when she went to the hotel with him, it sounds like she did not know he was married. But when she found out he was married, she still continued to date him and then moved to Georgia with him. Child, these folk be a mess.
I mean, the way she was talking to me when I was asking her about my money, you know, saying things like, I'm barking up the wrong tree.
So she was ratchet regarding repaying you. That's what made you think she was ratchet. And what were the other things you said she was?
Yeah, what else?
Just classes. I mean,
classless, ratchet, and what else?
And a liar.
A liar.
Yes.
Not to your honor.
Ratchet.
No morals.
Classless. And no morals.
No morals.
And it took you 4 years to figure that out?
Your Honor.
Yes, because we didn't have any...
Yeah, you're a little slow then, I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you, when you say she is that, you're giving a general description of her personality.
No,
you didn't say in this case, you said that's the type of person she is. And I'm just surprised that you would hang out with a person
with a ratchet,
that
classless,
long,
no
because
moral
birds of a feather flock together.
Come on, Your Honor.
Oh, no,
I don't know if that means you're a classless, lying, wretched woman.
Come on.
Are you?
No, I'm...
All right, well, don't hang out with those who are.
I don't.
You'll give me some. Yes, you do. You hang out with them for 4 years.
No,
You hung out with her for 4 years.
Exactly, Your
You
Honor.
said that's the type
she
of
ain't
woman
no better
she
than the
is.
other lady.
now I know that.
You need to be more perceptive then.
I will.
If you now know that she was all of that for 4 years and you never recognized it. You need a little more perception about your friends.
But we
they'll
didn't,
use you.
have, we didn't hang out all the time.
I didn't
because-
say all the time. Go ahead, ma'am. You give me some background.
Hi, Your Honor. I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thank you.
By the case. Well, anyway, I met her through her cousin Tamika. We did hang out a couple of times, but Miss Weaver, I don't know. I felt a bad vibe about her from the beginning because I don't know if she was in love with me, obsessed with me. I don't know.
In love with you?
Why would you
we would
feel
go.
like that?
We would go out to clubs,
y'all have
and my
some type of
homegirls would be
chemistry?
with me, and they'll be like, "Why is she staring at you?" or "Why is she looking at you like that?" And I don't know. And she don't drink. She don't communicate.
So what you
That's
saying?
good.
You or your let her talk. So you saying you and or your friends thought that maybe she was a lesbian
Yeah.
and wanted to get with you?
I don't know what her motives was, but
Well, if she's staring at you and you might think she's a lesbian, that's what you got to conclude.
yeah, but
All right.
but
And nothing wrong with that. But I was just trying to get your understanding of what you
Child,
thought.
okay.
She thinks you were wretched and classless, and you
You
think
thought she
she's
was
a lesbian that
lesbian.
wants you.
yeah, but yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
trying to understand what y'all think of each other. That's all.
Yep.
Only the facts. And I get the facts from y'all. Okay, what else you want me to know?
I mean, it's like when she go out. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why you want to go to a club, want to go to strip clubs when you don't do nothing but you just stare. You don't drink. You don't dance. You don't socialize. You just stare. Like that's
Like
kind of
she
weird.
doing
And
now
that
in
gives me a
court?
bad vibe about you. Anyway,
Look at her
and
ass.
me being a nice person, I accepted her as a friend
Now, when did you start having this vibe?
when I first met her.
So you hung out with her for 4 years.
Come on, Your Honor,
After
because they
having
not
the
making
vibe
sense.
that she was a lesbian that wanted you. So, all right, and if you didn't have a problem with that, right?
I mean, no, because I'm
She
I
never
wouldn't go
she
that
never hit on you and you told her to stop, right?
way. No, she
All
never
right,
did.
well, there's
It was just
nothing
not the
wrong.
way.
At least you're not saying nothing wrong with that. Because I don't think it's anything wrong with same-sex desire. I tell people all the time, if a guy hits on me, I just make it very clear, hey man, that ain't my thing. So no, that ain't nothing I even want to talk to you about. Boom. Let's just
And-
let that go. Boom. He come back. Hey man, I done told you once.
Exactly.
Because now you're disrespecting me. And that's how men, women, the same thing. I mean, same sex or opposite sex. A man hit on you once and you tell him no and he comes back, you have the right to get a little upset with
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Because now he's harassing you. But she didn't hit on you.
No, she
But had she hit on you, what would you have done?
turned her away.
All right, you would have said,
I
no,
don't
no,
believe
thank
her.
you, I don't do that.
But
I don't think she would've turned her
in
away.
reference to what she was saying, I moved back to Georgia the end of March. My apartment wasn't available until
All right, I'm going to let her tell me why she's suing you. And those facts, you want to tell me why you're suing her?
Because she called me
Now
basically.
look at me now. I see you turn this way staring
Right,
at her.
Your Honor.
No,
But I need you to look at me. Okay,
She been
you
doing
were
that the
like
whole
that.
time.
see what I mean? The staring.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
she called me and was basically crying, saying that her and her kids were going to be homeless because she didn't have all of her money.
When was this?
That's not true.
This was May 12th. She called me. And she said that her and her kids were going to be homeless because she didn't have all the money for her deposit for her apartment. And I asked her why she couldn't ask the man that she was dealing with. And she started telling me he was a bum and she was going to leave him alone because she had just found out that he had been dealing with another woman during the time that they were staying in Georgia. And that he didn't have the money. And I said, well, why can't you ask your family? And she said her family didn't have
That's not
anything and she doesn't deal with them and they use her and that she would pay me back by May 1st. And
But
I'm
she
sorry.
loaned it to you. Hold on. This lady got me confused now. I mean, she poses a good question. Like, okay, you trying to get money out of me, but why you ain't getting it out that married dude that you been messing with? Why you can't get it out that man that you left your kids behind for 2 weeks to go live in a hotel with or whatever? Go get the money from him. Don't be hitting me up. One, so I understand her on that. But then you just told the judge that you gave her the money on the 12th, but then now you saying that she was going to pay you back on May 1st. So maybe I need to listen to her more to understand these timelines because some stuff not making sense.
This was April 12th. She was
Okay.
going to pay me by May 1st.
I got it.
So I could pay my rent. And
Was she working then?
we were both doing Uber. So
Okay.
we were working.
And so you assumed that she would have this, how much is it?
$720.
You assumed she would have made that amount of money in 2 weeks?
Yes, because she
Okay.
told me she was going to do a lot of driving. She also said that she got
Maybe she
income
meant
from her
June
children,
1st.
and she promised she would have my money.
And when May 1st came, what happened?
She didn't call me. She didn't text me anything. And then May 2nd
That's not
came.
true.
She didn't call me. She didn't text me or anything. So May
not true.
3rd came. So I called her, and I kept getting the voicemail. So I called my cousin Tamika, and she can tell you what the conversation was
You want
about.
to come on up? State your name.
Tamika Robinson.
And this was about May 3rd, the call?
Yes.
Okay.
I called. I didn't get an answer. She called me right back, and when she returned the call, she was a little stressed because her job didn't come through, and she was telling me that I know I owe Jessica money.
All right.
Yeah.
And so what was next, ma'am? Your next contact with her?
So I went on Facebook, and I sent her a text and asking her if she blocked my number and when was she going to pay me. And
Now
I
she
let her
blocked
know
you?
I need my money by the 5th.
What did she say?
That she's been in job interviews and she was stressed and she didn't need anyone calling her every day, and she knew she owed me money.
Now, you needed that money to pay your rent?
Well, yes, I needed my money because that was the agreement. I'm loaning you this money, and this is...
I'm just asking because I
Yes.
was going to suggest that you not loan your rent money to people in the
Right.
future.
No, I
That's all.
paid
A lot of
my
people
rent.
do that, huh?
I pay my rent. I don't have issues with
You were
paying
saying
my
May
bills.
5th was a deadline of
Yes,
some
I
sort
was-
that you needed it by.
Yeah. No, I needed my money by May 1st, the agreement, but I was just telling her things so I
You
could...
wanted it by May 1st. That was the agreement.
Yes.
Need means something. You got to have it to accommodate a need that you have. And so you're saying,
You can't loan out what you can't afford to lose. I'm sorry. That's just kind of how I feel. Like, raw. I mean, before I loan anybody anything, I like to have 2-3 times that amount, to where if you a little shaky on getting it back to me, I'm still good. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lesson learned for her.
you didn't have a need for it. You wanted it. All right.
I'm saying I did need my
What
money.
did you need it for?
I needed it because it was my money, and I
That's
just
want my money. That's what I'm saying. You don't know the difference
She needed it
between
because
want
she
and
wanted
need,
it.
it sounds like. All right. Now, either that or you're just scared to tell me that you loaned the woman your rent and won't get it back by May 5th, and she puts you in a rent bind. You tell me about paying her back.
Well, Your Honor, I was doing Uber, but my car broke down, and I'm carless right
Let's
now.
start with the loan.
Well, she did loan me the money because I told her I needed it, because when my apartment was available, I misunderstood the landlord. I didn't know I had to pay 2 deposits.
Okay.
I had to pay a $1,400 deposit.
Okay.
And like I can say, the struggle is real, because everything else just went downhill.
When did you think you would be able to pay her?
Probably like this month I could have paid her. Cause now
Pardon?
I have this month I could have paid
What,
her.
this month?
Yeah, I could have paid her this month.
This is
No,
several months later.
yeah, I
When
could
did
have.
you tell her you would pay?
Well, I told her I wasn't sure when I was gonna have the money. I kept telling her I wasn't sure when I
So
was.
May never came up?
No, I mean.
She never said pay me in May?
Yeah, she did.
And did you agree to
And
pay her
I
in
agreed.
May?
I agreed to pay her. I agreed to pay her.
All right, so you are a liar. You're at least one third. She's at least 1/3 of what she said. We got 2 more things to go. Let's check on your morals and your activity. So you knew you weren't going to be able to pay her.
I really wanted to pay her back.
I know you wanted to.
But I
I
just
keep messing
couldn't at
up
the
between
time.
wanted to, need. Wanted to, can. You wanted to, but you couldn't.
Yeah, I
When
couldn't.
you knew you couldn't. So why would you tell a person that?
I mean,
You think you can pay her when you want.
no.
Whatever.
No.
When do you think you should have paid her?
I should have paid her as soon as possible, but I was having
What
problems.
does that
other
mean,
problems.
as soon as possible?
Like
the
when
next
I told
day?
her, yeah, I should have paid her in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All right.
should
At least
have.
you understand that. All right. So you owe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I do owe her.
All right. And you have no legal defense today.
No.
All right. And so I'm going to grant the money, $720 for the loan.
And the court
No, I'm not
costs.
granting that. Have a good day. Judgment for the
She want
night.
them court costs, y'all understand? Hell no, you ain't getting that. You can get out my courtroom now.
Do not like you, and if you felt like that, why would you continue to hang out with me, and why would you have your girls in my home for 2 weeks? You didn't even pay me or anything. You just basically used me, just like you said your own family
she reading.
uses you, and that's just wrong. All I did was try to help you, and this is what you do to me.
I did owe her the money. I felt bad about it, but when it started getting personal, I cut people off. And
What you
I
mean when
never
it started
used
getting
you.
personal?
And
didn't pay me back?
My family don't use me either.
But that's what you told me.
I didn't tell you that.
Yes,
Stop
you did.
lying.
But your
Stop
kids
lying.
stayed in
But
my-
I would never be her friend again.
I don't know. That lady, she not really making no sense. The defendant, like, she ain't really making no sense to me. Like, lady, sit down. Like, you'll never be her friend again. But this lady was looking out for you. She was taking care of your daughters when you was in a hotel with a married man, which you really did not disagree or deny. And then she gave you money so that you can get a home to have a place for your kids. And then you want to sit up here and say that you're not going to be her friend? Like, yeah, it's giving classless. And we still waiting on the ratchet part. So if you ask me, I feel like Miss Ma'am is 2 out of 3, as the judge was definitely counting. But she was definitely full of shit, if you ask me. But this case was pretty cut, clear, dry, really, because the lady knew she owed her money. So now she got to pay. It is what it is, okay? But that's all I got for you guys at this time. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that great jazz. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.